Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is your science lecture of grade 5th, and I am your science teacher Aparna Pandey from Art and Progressive School, Lavachur. So student, as you all know that in science we are discussing our chapter number 4 and its name is Nervous System and Sense Organ. The name of our chapter number 4 is Nervous System and Sense Organs. And in this chapter students, about the nervous system we have already discussed in our previous videos. So now in today's video we are going to discuss about the sense organs. So when we talk about the sense organ, then actually what are these? So beta, sense organs are the organs that help us to connect to the world. Sense organs are the organs that help us to connect to the world. With the help of these sense organs, we are able to introduce ourselves from the world. Okay. So, when we talk about the sense organ, we come to know that sense organs are 5. Okay, the number of sense or how many numbers of sense organs are there? So, there are 5 sense organs. Now, let's see what are these. So, student, we can see here that number 1 is eyes, number 2 is ears, number 3 is nose, number 4 is tongue, and number 5 is skin. So, we can see that we have 5 types of sense organs, and these are eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. Now, when we talk about the eyes, so what in which action they help, or we can say what action is performed by the eyes? So student, eyes help us to see. Eyes help us to see. When we talk about the ears, then what is the role of ears? Ears help us to hear. Ears help us to hear. Okay. Then what is the role of the nose? Nose help us to smell. Nose help us to smell. Similarly, when we talk about the tongue, what is the role of the tongue? Tongue help us to taste the food. Tongue help us to taste the food. And when what is the role of the skin? Skin help us to feel. So, what we come to know that students, we have 5 types of sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Eyes help in vision, ears help in hearing, nose help in smelling, tongue help in tasting, and the skin helps in feeling. Okay, means skin help us to feel the objects. So, now I have given you the introduction about the sense organ. Now what we have to do in today's class, students, that here we are going to discuss particularly about each and every sense organ. So first one is eyes, and we know the role of eyes is to see. So let's start eyes. Now when we talk about the students, so do you know that what is the size of the eye? So if we consider the size of the eye, we will come to know that eyes are about 2.5 diameter. Size of eye is about 2.5 diameter. Now you all know what is diameter, right? Because in maths in grade 4th you all have done the circle chapter related to the radius and diameter. So from there, connect that diameter here, and now come and try to understand that eye is about 2.5 diameter. Now, when we talk about the eyes, student, eyes have different parts. Some parts of the eyes are visible, and some parts of the eyes that are inside we are unable to see them, but they are there. So now let's discuss about the different parts of the eyes. So when we talk about eyes, what we see that eyes have eyelids and eyelashes. Okay, eyes have eyelids and eyelashes. Then eyes have cornea. Eyes have cornea. Then eyes have pupil. Eyes have pupil. Then eyes have iris. Eyes have iris. Then eyes have retina. Then eyes have retina. And eyes also have lens and optic nerve. Okay, eyes have lens and optic nerves. So these are the different organs that are present in our eyes, or we can say these are different part of the particular eye. What are these? Eyelid and eyelashes, cornea, pupil, iris, retina, lens and optic nerves. Now, when we talk about the eyelid and eyelashes, then what are these? These are the lashes. These are the lashes, students. These small hair present here, and the portion that is coming up like this in the eyes, this is called the eyelid. This is called the eyelid. Then second is cornea. What is this cornea? So beta, when you open your eye, you see that there is a one transparent layer, tissue, transparent layer of tissue. So this transparent layer of tissue is actually called cornea. Okay. Now, what is the role of the eyelid and eyelashes? So, eyelids and eyelashes protect our eyes from dust and injury. When we talk about the eyelids and eyelashes, they help our eyes to protect them from dust and injury. Then cornea is a transparent tissue, a transparent layer of tissue that covers the eye. Okay. Then next is our pupil. What is pupil? Pupil is actually the black spot that you can see at the center of your eye. Okay. So pupil is a dark black spot that is at the center of the eye, and what is its role? It allows the light to pass through it. Okay. So the light that enters in our eyes, it enters with the help of the pupil, which is the dark black spot at the center of the eye. Then, after pupil we have iris. After pupil we have iris. Now, what is this iris? See beta, so this iris is connected to the pupil. This iris is connected to the pupil. You can see this iris very clearly in your eyes. The color of the eyes is actually iris, the colored portion of the eye. Like you have seen, some are having green eyes, some are having black, some are having brown, some are having like little grey type color of eyes. So what is this? This is actually iris. So when we talk about the iris, iris is the colored portion of the eye. First thing. Second thing, what is the role of the iris? So beta, iris controls the pupil. Iris controls the pupil. Now, when we say that iris controls the pupil, it means that I said you pupil allows the entrance of the light. Okay. So, when iris will control pupil, it means that iris is controlling actually that how much light will enter in the pupil. Okay. जब आयरिस हमारे प्यूपिल को कंट्रोल कर रहा है, आयरिस इज कंट्रोलिंग द ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग ऑफ अ प्यूपिल. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट हाउ मच लाइट विल एंटर इन द प्यूपिल इज आल्सो कंट्रोल्ड बाय द आयरिस. Then we talk about the retina. Now what is retina? See beta, as you have seen a screen where image is formed, as you have seen mirror where image is formed. So in the same way, in our eyes, in the back side of the eyes, there is a retina. There is a retina. It just act like a camera. It just act like a camera which help in forming image. So whatever we see, its image formed in our retina. Whatever we see, its image formed in our retina, and the retina is located in the back side of the eyeball. If this is eyeball, then in its back side, the retina is present. It forms the image. It acts like a screen where image formed. Then we have lens. Now do you know that what is the role of the lens? See beta, hope many of you have seen that your parents are using spectacles. So actually why they use spectacles? Because in spectacles lens is there which help them to improve their vision, and it helps them to see the clear vision. So the same role of lens is actually here. Lens focus the light through the pupil to the retina. Means lens actually focus the light, that at which portion light should enter, so that the clear image formed in the retina. कहाँ पे प्रॉपर लाइट जाए कि इमेज बन जाए रेटिना में, वो प्रॉपर लाइट को फोकस्ड करने का काम हमारे लेंस का होता है. सो लेंस फोकस द लाइट थ्रू प्यूपिल सो दैट इट कैन फॉर्म अ इमेज इन रेटिना. Then we have optic nerves in our eyes. Now what are these optic nerves? As you know that what is the role of nerves? The role of nerves is to send messages, and we have already discussed about the three types of nerves: sensory, motor and mixed. And what you have seen there, that their role is to pass on the message. So similarly, as these are optic nerves, so optic is related to the eye and nerve means sending a message. So when we talk about the optic nerves, these are the nerves which send impulse from eyes to brain. Means whatever the eyes are watching, whatever the image is formed on retina, about that brain can think. So the what actually we are watching, actually what we have seen through the eyes, तो उसको समझाने की जो कोशिश होगी, जो उसको समझने की इमेज को समझने की जो कोशिश होगी, वो ब्रेन करेगा. So how brain will know that we have seen something? So that role is done by the optic nerves. That optic nerves send the impulse, or you can say in easy word, message from eyes to brain. Okay. So here student, we have discussed about the whole structure of the eye, all the parts that are present in our eyes as well as their function. Now here in book so many things are given, so the rest we are going to discuss with the book only. Here it is saying that how you can take care of your eyes. So these are very simple, that you must have to wash your eyes after few hours, and you must wash your eyes with the clean and the cold water. Then never do work in dim or low light, or never do work in a very bright light. It also affects your eyes. Then never do studies by laying down. Laying down means लेटते हुए नहीं पढ़ना है. Okay. Sit straight and hold the book about 12 inches away. बहुत ज़्यादा बुक को पास से या बहुत ज़्यादा बुक को दूर रख के भी नहीं पढ़ना है. You have to keep book about the 12 inches, in a distance of 12 inches, and then you should do your studies. Then while you are moving in a vehicle, never do reading at that time. Okay. Then so many means you must not rub your hand on your eyes, and so many other things that you can do to protect your eyes, that is given here. Now let's talk about the ears. Now what is ears? Ears are the second sense organ of our body. It helps in hearing. This I told you. Now when we talk about the ear, you can see that the structure of ear is like this. So this is the outer ear, and here inside the hole, that is the inner ear. So what is the role of the outer ear? That outer ear gives the direction to the sound waves to enter. Okay, the outer ear gives the direction to the sound waves to enter, and the inner ear helps in hearing. Okay, so what it is saying that our ears help us to hear sound. The outer ear helps us to catch and direct the sound waves to the inner ear. Now how we can take the care of ears? So ears can be damaged by very loud sound. So you must always protect yourself from loud noise. do not try to clean your ears with a matchstick, toothpick or hairpin. Okay? Do not let water enter your ears. कभी भी आपको कानों के अंदर पानी नहीं डालना है. Use a clean towel to dry your ears. Having a small insect or object happens to accidentally get into your ear, you should immediately go to a doctor to have it to removed. अगर कभी गलती से कोई ऑब्जेक्ट या कोई इंसेक्ट आपके कान के अंदर चले जाए तो you must visit to the doctor so that it can help you in taking out that particular thing from your ear. Then consult a doctor if you are facing any earache. Okay, so these are the things by following which you can take care of your ears. Then we have nose. You all know what is the role of nose. Nose helps us in smelling. Okay, so the role of nose is to smell. Now, nose can also detect different types of smell. So see what is given here. We breathe and smell through our nose. We smell things when we take air at the time of breathing. The sensory cells in the nose detect the smell. अब हमारी nose में क्या होता है बेटा? Sensory cells होते हैं जिनकी वजह से हमें स्मेल के बारे में पता चलता है. The nose has different groups of cells for sensing different kinds of odors. Okay? The nose has sensory cells and these are different types of sensory cells. And these different cells help in recognizing the different types of smell. Then, each group of cells would then send message to the brain that it is that type of smell. It is that type of smell means when somewhere anybody is cooking chow mein, so you come to know that it is the smell of chow mein. And if somebody is cooking chole, then you get idea that oh, it is chole. Or when somebody cooks non-veg type of item, then you also getting idea that okay, today somebody is preparing non-veg. So what is this? This is actually the sensation. The sensory cells that are inside your nose, they are helping you in predicting that what type of smell it is. Then again, what is the role of the means how we can take care of our nose? So we must never put our finger inside the nose. It may create injury. Whenever we feel that something is there inside the nose, we can breathe very harder. We can push our excretion like this so that the item must come out if anything is there. Or we must do the deep breathing, inhaling and exhaling so that the root of the nostril must be clear. And in our nose there are different types of, means there are small hairs which help the dust particles to remain outside of our body. Now, what is the role of tongue? So student, you know that tongue helps us in taste. So now I am going to tell you one interesting fact here, that you eat the number of items, right? And you have till now you have tasted so many things and they were having different types of taste. But students, in our tongue there are small buds that are called taste buds, and actually these are of only 4 types. These are only 4 types. What are these? Sweet, sour, salty and bitter. Means though you have tasted different things, but actually the taste bud on our tongue is of only 4 types. हमारी tongue हमें खट्टे जो birds होते हैं वो एक खट्टे को पहचानने के लिए होते हैं, एक मीठे को, एक नमकीन को और एक कड़वेपन को. So only the 4 types of birds are present on tongue. Let's see what it is given here. Tongue helps us to detect taste and speak, the most important part. The surface of the tongue is covered with the tiny worms. Inside these worms there are cells that is called taste cells or taste buds. They have major 4 tastes: sweet, salty, sour and bitter. We also experience flavor through our taste receptors and through our smell receptors. Sometimes we are also able to taste the flavor with the help of the smell receptors. Okay. Tongue also helps in understanding the heat, cold, okay, as well as pain and texture. So it is having some such type of receptors also which tell about the heat, cold, pain and texture. Okay. The food tastes better when you smell it. Okay, the food tastes better when you smell it, and this is only the reason that during cold time, when your nose is not working properly, in that time you are unable to taste the food. Though you are eating the food, but somewhere you feel like that food is not so tasty, because at that time the receptors of the nose are not working properly. Okay. So how you can take care of your tongue? So you can clean your tongue with tongue cleaner, wash it with clean and fresh water, avoid eating spicy food, and do not drink very hot beverages, because if you will drink very hot beverages, it can burn the tongue. Okay. Now the last sense organ is the skin. It helps us in feel. Now, how it helps us in feel the things, so that we can see the skin forms a covering over our body, we know, and it protects the several internal organs. The skin has several sensations. The skin has several sensations. We can feel the sensation of touch, heat, cold, pressure and pain. तो जो भी हम फील कर रहे हैं, either a touch or a heat or a cold or a pressure or pain, that all the sensations are present on our skin. Okay, the sensations that we are feeling, all the receptors are present on skin related to that. And in our skin there are also several pores which help us in the cleaning of the skin with the help of sweating. Okay, so here students, now how you can clean your skin? So you know that you must take a bath regularly, so that your skin must be clean. Then we can say, dry yourself thoroughly after bathing, and wear clean and comfortable clothes. Do not wear clothes of other person, as you may get skin disease. For a scratch or cut or burn on the skin, apply an antiseptic to prevent the growth of the germs. Okay. So students, in today's class, we have discussed about the 5 types of sense organs, what are their functions, what important role played by them, and how we can take care of these sense organs. Now, I hope you all are able to understand the explained topics. And for better understanding, you must do the reading of your science book, where about the sense organ it is given. And so after reading the book, I hope that if there is any doubt, it will also clear. So students, thank you very much. I hope you all will like this video. Thank you.